like everybody a part of that movie, yo. We doing good on Tubi, and I appreciate Camden for supporting it. I'm gonna freestyle this. Shot kill. King of Camden. So King of Camden. Legendary shot kill. Jersey. Check it. I'm so Camden, niggas calling me the king of that. What the times I set it off and let it ring in that. Where I'm from, you paying duty, nothing free in that. It's Camden, no other city seeing that. Ain't no piece of that, I keep a piece of that. 4, 5, and 9, there's an E in that. It be no hesitation, I'ma squeeze in that. These youngins, they playing fair, ain't even me in that. Remember the cops chased me in the tree in that. Took them through downtown at high speeds in that.
Peace, everybody. This is Slick. I'm on Sabi TV with Phil Jackson. He's a dope host. Now, I mean, we on here promoting Sons of Sin movie. Now, I mean, check it out. It's on Tubi and Amazon Prime. Peace.
From the home of the sons of Malcolm X, the home where the chrome go on your dome, shells come out your neck. Camden, check.
What's going on? This is Phil, host of Sabi TV, being brought to you on the Boombox Union channel. Please go back and hit that like and subscribe button. Shout out to all the episodes that are up there right now, man. It's very informative. I love talking to artists. I love talking about their journey through the music industry. And I ventured out and I started interviewing, movie people that create movies. So the first interview that I did was Sons of Sin, and that was a crazy interview. Shout out to my man Thomas Freeman out there. Shout out to Apollo Ali. Shout out to Porta Rich. And then I went and did One Gun, which is out right now on Tubi. Shout out to those guys, man. It's a very just go back and type in One Gun on Tubi, and you will not be disappointed. Now, with that being said, I'm doing another movie. Now, this is a movie that I did before, but I wanted to get these guys back on because I saw the whole thing, and I was just so impressed of how it all came together, and the backstory with that is super phenomenal. I'm telling you right now. So I had to double back and interview these guys from Sons of Sin, which is out right now on Amazon Prime, and it's on Tubi. And I have the actors up here, and I have Mia. She's a main actor. And I got Porta Rich. He's somewhere right there. They go Porta Rich. And I got my man Slick. Now, Slick,
it's good.
He's the creator of Sons of Sin. And no, this is his brainchild. So I had to get him up here. So how are you guys doing tonight?
Everybody good? I'm good.
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, look, before we start, man, shout out to Porta Rich, man, because I always call him the mayor of Camden because he's always everywhere. Because I drive buses. I'm New Jersey Transit bus operator. So I see him on Mount Ephraim Avenue. I see him on Haddon Avenue, and he's always holding court, meaning that he's always talking to somebody, and people are always around him because like he's so much respected, shaking hands, kissing babies, all that shit, man. So like Porta Rich is the man. I'm telling you,
my man Phil J.
What's up? What's good, man? We just did an interview, man, which is super crazy. I'm gonna post that also from the radio station. But I want to start off with Slick because
what's good?
When we did the first interview, you weren't available because it was a scheduling difference.
Right.
But I had Porta Rich on, I had Apollo Ali on, I had Thomas Freeman on. But just going back and actually watching the movie and just seeing how it all came to the screen, and actually we bumped into each other prematurely down in Atlantic City, which I was like, wait a minute,
right?
You got that? He had a Sons of Sin shirt on, and I was like, hey, where you get that shirt from? He said, oh, and then he broke it down to me. Yeah, so but like Slick, so tell me, man. Well, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Because
appreciate that.
The movie's super crazy. But since I have you up here and this is your creation, tell me how it all started with the Sons of Sin.
Well, it goes back to when I was in prison. Me and Thomas Freeman He started writing me and stuff like that. Like he wanted to do an interview with me for some magazines. So we got to busting it up, and I told him I didn't want to do no interview, but I had an idea for a book that I had. It started out, I was writing a play, but I said, like, you know what, I got an idea for a book. Then me and him, we just wrote each other back and forth, and we co-wrote the book. You know what I'm saying? He helped me put it all on paper, like, you know what I mean? He was a big part of it. And he said when I get home, we was gonna turn it into a movie. You know what I mean? And when I got home, time passed, but we eventually made it come true. I mean, and here we are.
Now, how long did it take for once you got out to actually start casting and everything? Like, did you already have in mind who you wanted to play certain parts?
Well, it took a few years because I had to get my money right.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I funded it on the muscle. Like I funded this project from working. Like, you know what I mean? So I had to get my money right. I had to, at the same time, take care of my household and everything like that. You know what I mean? And so once I got the money right, I got a few investors that put a couple dollars towards it. You know what I mean? So it took like when we start filming, Mia.
We in 2025.
24, right?
20. I thought it was towards the end of 23. I could be wrong.
Well, 23, 24, right? But so it took about 8 years. No bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But you know what I mean? Everything had but I'm glad that I waited that long because we was able to get all the dope people that we got, like Mia. You know what I mean? I didn't know Mia back then. I know Rich since she was a kid and stuff like that. But you know, it turned out for the better. And I mean, you know, like they say, timing is everything.
Right. Now, I didn't realize until I actually saw the movie that it was based on your story. I did not know that.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's based off my life story, loosely based, you know what I'm saying? You know, but it's pretty accurate. A lot of the stuff is accurate, like, you know what I mean, it's like on point. And Rich did a good job bringing the characters. Mia did a hell of a job bringing her character out and stuff like that. Yeah, man. But it was a little glimpse into my life. You know what I mean? For the trials and tribulations that I've been through that made me the person I am today.
Okay. Now, I want to go around the room and talk to all the actors. And I want to start with Mia. Because I said to Rich and to Slick, yo, I did not like her in the movie. And that meant that she did a phenomenal job. So, Mia, just tell the people how you started acting and how you became a part of Sons of Sin, because, you know, you did a really, really, really good job in that movie.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. A lot of people don't like her, which means I feel like I did my job. But I started out acting in, I think it was like 2009.
Okay.
As a little girl, I always wanted to act. So I would pretend I was one of the movies. I would pretend that I was Dirty Dancing, and I would do all the lines and everything. And I always coming out of who I am and entering to someone else and bringing that person to life. So and finally, when I decided to go all in, I started in 2009 with some movies that I started out in Maryland that I found online that they were casting for. I didn't have no experience, but for both movies, I was casted for leads, but I was very, very nervous about it because I had no idea, even though you want to be, an actress, but being on set and making sure, you don't sound like you're talking and
right.
lines. So I was nervous because I didn't have any experience, but I enjoyed doing it. And then from that point, I continued trying to go to different acting schools and classes, and I would go to New York a lot and go to different workshops back and forth, just to get an idea, to be in a room full of other actors and actresses and get a feel for just what to look forward to. So, and you get a lot of direction on like, what you need to work on, and you get feedback. So when you're going through these classes, they're working with you on how to become better, and have to be able to take criticism as well. So and then so then I continued my acting journey, and then I was actually on set with Thomas Freeman. I think it was Deadly Counsel.
Okay.
And Chris Cream was like, "Hey, what do you think about Mia for the role of Rage?" And Tom was like, So then they wanted to bring it up to Slick to see if, what he thought, and then from there, when he was like, "Yeah, like, let's bring her on." And then that's how I became part of Synthesis.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us some of the movie credits that you have, because it's just not, you're just not on Tubi with Sons of Sin, but you're on other movies also. So tell us about the movies that you're a part of that we can go check you out on Tubi.
The most recent movie that I did that came out a few months back was with director Maurice Paramore for The Devil in Red Wine. I played a role. Her name was Raven. Go check that out.
Okay.
Actually, me and Porta Rich was on a web series together. We were doing The Recession. Still supposed to be doing, The Recession too, but that's also out. That's on Tubi, right, Rich? The Recession?
Yeah, it's on Tubi.
Yeah. And I've done commercials. I did an NFL commercial, a Uber commercial, Comcast commercial, a Sheets commercial. So, come trying to do my thing.
Oh, your credits are like, the prices went up for you then, huh? Prices went up. No.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say that you did a phenomenal job. We're going to talk about your character in a minute, because like I was telling Slick, you came in probably a quarter within the movie, but you played the biggest part in the movie. And how you channeled that, you know what, let me ask you real quick. Was it hard channeling your character in Sons of Sin? Is that anything different that you portrayed in other movies? So you had to zone out and channel it a different way?
Listen, when I looked into like the script and everything, I was like, I wanted to take on the role of Rage because it was something different in regards to, playing like the girl next door and the girlfriend or the crazy girl, or I had to play like a girl from the street, but she's also a lesbian. So both of those was challenging because neither one of them is like my background. So I had to like go into a different space for sure. But but I have like, but it's not like, even though I say that it's not like my background, I have lived in different areas and was surrounded by certain things. So what I did was took some people that are like friends and family and took that life and tried to put it into mine and become that person. And when it came down to the lesbian role, I had to just think like, I had to put other sorry.
Yeah,
I mean, put like other images in my head, and I had to put different like fantasies in my head, or things that I thought about or wanted to explore, or things that I've done in my life, things that like really, turned me on in my here. Things that turned me on in my private life.
Deep into
it. I didn't know you had to do all that. Now
I did. So I had to take like things in my private life, and I was like, okay, Mia, you ready to unleash this girl a little bit, Right. So that I had to take all that into like, I really had to talk to other people and stuff like that for the role, because it was different, and I wanted to make sure I did the role good, and I wanted to do it, So I was like, they casted me for it. I don't want to let anybody down. So I definitely had to dig a little bit and bring that person inside of me. So yeah.
No, you did a very good part. You did a very good job. That's why I said I did not like you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a compliment. Yo, what's up, Slick?
No, I was about to say, right, because when me and Thomas Freeman we wrote the book, and a lot
Yeah.
of people read the book, they hated the character Rage, just like off of reading it. You know what I'm saying? But Mia killed it. I ain't gonna lie.
No,
Like
she killed it. I mean,
yo,
no,
listen,
she absolutely killed it.
you was the perfect person to play that role, Mia. Like for
Thank
real, for
you.
real.
Thanks,
Like
Nick.
yo, all the way down. Like I'll be watching it all the way down to your face. Like you ain't even gotta act saying nothing, but your facial expressions is crazy in this movie.
Exactly. Yep.
Like from when you annoyed, you know what I mean? I don't know when you know what I'm saying, you might be like that in real life. And I'm
Stop it. I'm a loving person.
no,
No,
I
but
know that. But
you
I'm just
played
saying,
a
Mia,
real good part.
you killed it. Like I'll be watching. I said, damn, she really fucking killed this. Like you know what I mean? Like, boy, you did your thing.
No,
No,
I
I
ain't
she
gonna lie.
really did her thing.
I really appreciate the feedback for that. Thank you, because I I doubted myself a little bit, so I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, you was the perfect person for this.
Mia
Absolutely
B.
perfect.
That's why it took 8 years so that we could
Mm.
have met you.
To get the perfect fit. Now, I got my man Porta Rich. What's going on, Rich? I mean, like I this is
Chilling.
like the second time I talked to you this week, but you played an important part in this too. And at one point, I didn't like you in the movie either. I got like, hey, he just coming home just like tearing up shit. But so tell me about your role in Sons of Sin and who'd you play?
Yeah, man. I play Taino. You know, I play like really like young OG from the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to really get things back in order, and that's my role. That's my role. Like that's what I play in my family. You know what I mean? As far as my character go, that's my role. Like you know, I'm the caretaker of the family. You know what I mean? That's what I got from like just what Slick wrote, and you know, me and Slick chopping it up, and you know, I'm coming home to my nephew. He my kind of like my ears. You know, my ears and eyes on the streets right now. You know, that's my young blood. You know what I mean? And we got a good relationship, and you know, I'm just back on some like, you know, street type time, and there's only one really way to be in the streets. And I get it that you know you would take like that to the character, like damn he being you know aggressive or you know I don't like kind of like it come off like. But in the streets, it's either that or you shaky or you straddling the fence with
Right.
shit, and that come off like kind of like weak. So
Right.
you know this is an important story, like this you know just where this come from, where this story derives from. You know. Is super classic and super like really like huge to like you know to our culture, everything we've been through. You know, cause Camden, we got a crazy story, and it's nothing like the way it was now. It's not like the way it was then, back in them
Absolutely.
days. You know when these real life situations was going on and all that. So we just try and really like keep it thorough as possible, man, and keeping it, you know. And shout to everybody, shout to the whole team, to the writers, you know, to the from the writers to the cast to the directors and everybody. But especially with the cast, like I feel like you know really did they thing. Even with people like me is stepping in, and you know she's South Jersey anyway, you know. But I feel like it really like you know it really worked for like just you know giving it a Camden, you know, giving the people a Camden story because
Absolutely.
you know we feel like if you ask anybody from Camden, they'll tell you like yo we different from everybody in the world. Like we might have similarities, you know, but we don't even like to be compared to people. To be honest, it like
Right.
it be people like in the comments like already feathers be ruffled when
Right.
you mention like Philly or New
Mhm.
York, any cities in New York, things of that nature. Like Camden kind of like to stand on his own too.
How was it? Was it easy to channel your role in the movie?
Um, some somewhat, you know, I really like Slick say, man, you know, we really go back and you know to when I was a kid and just being around Slick and them and you know at a young age and always just being around kind of like the older guys to when I got older. You know, that was like when I was like probably like 14, 15, some shit like that when I was around them guys. And even as I got older though, you know, I always kind of like paid attention and learned from like the older heads, you know,
Mhm.
the OGs and the people who was actually doing things. Like I could physically see that they know what they talking about. They've implemented it in their life. So I think, yeah, like it was, it was pretty simple to kind of like go ahead and put myself in like one of their shoes. Like, all right, I'm
Okay.
the older, I'm still on, but I'm still on street type time. I'm
Right.
still on street type time. I'm still activated, and yeah, that's what we doing. We shaking the streets up.
That's what's up. Now me, I want to go back to you for a minute. So tell me about Rage, your part in the movie.
So I guess she's a little slimy, a little bit. I guess. Right? She was a worker for Calic.
Mhm.
And let me see. She was as you can see with Jay and Keisha, she met Jay when he was like running out of from a bar,
Mhm.
running, popped him in the trunk and everything. And it's basically like he tried to like pull a gun on me, but
Mhm.
I was actually going to like rob him. But then I found out that he was rolling with Taino and Calic. So I was like, oh, come on, nigga. Like, I end up screwing him, right? And then and then you know,
Crazy.
yeah, and then took his little shorty too.
He was
um,
vicious.
but yeah, and then towards
Don't give up too much, Mia.
oh,
No.
oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
No, because, no. I was gonna add. I was like, damn, you were gonna take my man's chain, but I don't want to give her too much. You got to go
Yeah,
back and watch the movie, man.
yeah.
That
So
was a
but
funny
she just a
part
little
right there.
she just a slimy person, and you'll see
Mhm.
more in part 2 when it comes out.
That's
Hell
what's up.
yeah.
Now, Slick, tell me about the other actors that played a role in Sons of Sin, because we have a lot of known people from the city of Camden, and we actually have another known actor that played the role in it. So, like, tell me about the those actors also.
All right. First of all, we started. We got Jamal Willard, Gravy, the one that played Biggie. You know what I'm saying? He came down and played a very important role in the movie. And I mean, he of course he did his thing. He was dope to work with. We got Hameen Anderson. We got Shaquille. You know what I'm saying? We got legendary Shaquille. We got Porta Rich. We got Apollo Ali. We got my nephew Isaiah Perez. He played a younger version of me. Shout out to my nephew. Love you. He did his thing.
No, no,
Um,
no. Let me
right.
start you right there. Tell me about, because he plays an important role in this also. So tell me about your nephew's role in it, and shout him out also, man, because he did a phenomenal job in this movie.
So it's crazy, right? Because he didn't want to do it because he was scared.
Mm,
Like, you know what I mean? So I actually got him into acting classes with Chris Cream. Like, you know what I
okay.
mean? I did some low budget not low budget, but not like 50 Cent did it, but you know how 50 Cent put Lil Meech in a you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I put my nephew in some acting classes. You know what I'm saying? Chris Cream is a hell of a coach and shit like that. And he coached my nephew. He went through sessions, and then he just started getting more comfortable with it. And he did his thing. But him and Mia interacting in certain scenes and their facial expressions, it was almost like they forgot the cameras was on. Like, you know
Mm.
what I mean? Shout out to Olivia Lee. She did her thing. She played Keisha. Man, it was a lot of dope actors and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Who else? We got all the young boys. We got help me out with the names, Rich, with the young boy.
Levi, the other young boy, Ashane, what's his
Right.
name? Who else was in the joint?
Taz.
Taz, shot the
Taz from
Polito.
Patterson. Shit, we got man, it's a lot, man. It's too many to name, but I
Rays,
mean, like the
Killer
guys that made the
Rays.
crew, like they came out and they showed out. We got Lito from over Philly. He did his
Okay.
thing.
We got
We
the
got some young
classic Killer
boys.
Rays in the joint. Classic
Killer
Killer Rays in the
Rays.
joint.
Can't forget H.
Yup,
Kerry
H.
Hudson from over Philly.
Okay.
We got Big Tang. But it's so many, man. There's so many dope people in here, man. They came out and they supported and they did their thing, man. Like I can't complain. It was a process. My first time being an executive producer. You know what I mean? I used to lose my cool a little bit every now and then, Mia. You know what I mean?
Zip.
Yo, but it came out dope, man. I can't complain, man. This shit is like, to see my words and these dope ass people like acting our words out on screen, like that shit is amazing to me, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, where was the movie based out of? Like, what part of Cannon was it solely based out of?
Well, I'm from North Camden, so the movie is a North Camden story, right?
Okay.
Like it's our movement. Like I was a part of a movement called the Sons of Malcolm X when I was younger, and this is a play on it, Sons of Sin. Like, you know what I mean? So it was based out of we was based out of North Camden, but we was all over the city. So I try to show love to the whole city, try to get people from all over the city in the movie, and show a piece of every part of town in there. Like, you know what I mean? You know, people like they see their hood on TV. Like, you know what I mean? So that was kind of good for everybody. Everybody just like, you know, happy about it and shit. They fell in love with Liv and Mia. You know what I mean? Like the guys, who that girl Liv, who that girl Mia, the one that was at the premiere with the gold thing and all. I'm like, oh.
My dress was looking pretty fly that night.
Yeah. Y'all was looking good, man. Y'all killed it, but like y'all got the whole Camden in love with y'all. You know what I'm saying? South Jersey.
Now, you said something that I haven't heard in years, and I didn't know that you were part of that, Sons of Malcolm X. So, I mean, so that was loosely based on the Sons of Malcolm X. Now, when I say that, my connection with Camden is because my grandmother lived in North Camden. She lived on North 8th and Grand. I was always over there. And then my grandfather, he lived in South Camden, right by the hospital on Royden Street. So,
Right.
but I like back in the 70s, I'm showing my age now, late 70s, early 80s, I was always in Camden. The 90s, I wasn't too much in Camden. Once I moved back from Carolina and moved back to Jersey, I was in Camden a little bit, but not too much. But I kept hearing these names, Sons of Malcolm X, you know, like, so how much of a major role did the Sons of Malcolm X play in the city of Camden, New Jersey?
Well, that was it's just far as like, man, it was just young boys trying to find their way and create like a type of structure or family, like, you know, of course, like, you know what I mean, misguided, like undeveloped minds and shit like that, you know, and you know, you kind of know the history.
Right. No, absolutely I do. But my next question is, you know, making this movie and it's loosely based on the true story, it's based on your story.
Right.
Now, was there any backlash of like certain characters or certain scenes, or just the movie in itself? Like someone be like, why are you trying to bring up that old stuff? You know, it's like, it's because like you said, it's mixed memories with that. So like, was there any, like, did you receive any pushback of making this movie and when you presented it to certain people? And did you also have to go to certain people and say, hey, look, man, this is what we're doing? Did you have to get, not saying that you had to get approval, but you just wanted to show them what you want to bring to the screen?
Well, I ain't had to get permission from nobody, but basically it's you got to look at it like this. And I'm saying, look, them times was like a different time in the city, right? You know what I'm saying? But why this project didn't get no backlash and didn't get that type of bad publicity is because it came from love this time. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at it, right? So instead of being out on the streets and selling drugs and doing that type of stuff, we was out doing movies, providing jobs for young people and other people. So it's a turnaround. Like, you know what I'm saying? So to focus on the past and just all the bad shit, like, you know what I mean? that's easy to do and it's understandable. But we out here doing all positive shit. You know what I'm saying? We creating jobs for everybody. We starting we put the Camden on the map. We're just doing different types of movies and shit like that. You know what I mean? So we really didn't get no backlash and shit like that. You know, maybe people did think it because, people probably left bad taste in people's mouth, man. But so far, man, it's been all positive. You know what I'm saying? The message in the movie is a positive message. So when you watch the movie, it's a disclaimer like this happens every day, but this is not what you want to do. This is not the life that you want to lead because it's going to lead to either this or that. You know what I mean? Right. So the fact that we able to take our past and grow from our past, like, you know what I'm saying, and just put it out there, not glorifying it, but just showing that this shit happens every day. But this is what you don't want to do because this is what's going to happen. So when we pushing that message, that's the message that we pushing in this movie. Like, you know what I mean? So, that's from where I'm coming from. It's coming from a good place and positivity and love.
Who was the actor that played Apollo Ali's little brother? That was major.
Ashe. He an artist.
He did a good job.
Yeah, he related to like some classic people from the city. He related to like crown rulers and them.
Really?
Yeah, that's his nephew, Grand Pooba. Yeah.
Oh no, that's what's up. And also, I didn't like him either. The father, of Apollo, I ain't like him either.
Yeah.
What was his name? Shot him.
Dang. Keno.
Keno Williams.
Yeah, I forget his character name.
The character name was Dude.
He got his meat lump.
Dude.
Yeah, I didn't like
him. The character name was Dude.
Nah, that's what's. Nah, he did a good job, like I said. But me, I want to go back to you because you mentioned chemistry. So, like, I don't know. Like, take me through the mind of an actor. When does that chemistry? When you have those scenes with that one person, like constant scenes. When did you figure out that? Okay, we got it. We got that chemistry now. So did it take for you a while to get that chemistry acting with the actors on Sons of Sin?
No. Like I said, I prepared myself for that. So and like when you're in a scene with someone and like you feed off of each other, right? So when I was in a scene with Jay and when I was in a scene with Keisha, like it was a natural, like you didn't have to think about it. For me, I don't even for the most part, sometimes I do. So don't say nothing today. Sometimes I really don't really worry about the cameras. So listen, what I'm saying, Slick, is that when I'm like is that like when I'm in a scene, like I already prepared myself for what is going to happen, and and I try to already be in that character in my head, so it comes naturally when it comes down to the like for the intimate scenes. It's not my first time doing intimate scenes, so I always like feed off the other person, and then I try to like, I put myself in a whole other space. So for me, my mind is like going like this the whole time. But it's more so like I make myself say, "Oh, I want you," like I make myself feel that way. So yeah, I like I said, I did that with any of my scenes that I had, like with Sons of Sin or any of my previous ones. Like, and when I have someone else that's also giving me that, because at the same time, when you're in those scenes, like you can't act like you don't feel anything. Like you feel something because it's a natural thing with human body, right? You like, so I think that also plays a part because even though I'm acting, but it's okay, there's a touch, so you react to that touch naturally, right?
You know what, I apologize because I'm gonna just keep it real with you. I wasn't even talking about the sex scenes in there.
I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't even talking about that. I was just talking about you're like Slick said, you giving that facial expression, like you see what I'm saying? So like That's what I meant, because I don't want because you know what? Because some people think, oh well, she's an actress, and you no, I didn't get you up here to talk about those scenes.
Okay.
I got you up here.
When you said that scene, I thought you meant like
yeah. And you know what? I apologize for that. I worded that question wrong. I just meant just the talking scenes of like, just you interacting with the younger Slick, or you interacting with his just telling him about certain things, telling his girlfriend about certain things. Yo, go do this and go do, yeah, because you played in, like I said, you played a major important part. So were there any scenes that you had that you ad-libbed some of the stuff and they're like, yo, just keep it in there?
Yeah, Slick and Tom were pretty cool with, as long as it went with what the lines are, so you're not too far off of the script, but
Okay.
at least you play with it. So I did add a little something. And what's the scene when Kurt, I can't feel too much, but I did add a little bit in that scene with Kurt and Shelly.
Right.
Towards the end. But yeah, even with facial expressions though, like I said, I always try to like prepare myself. So like I pay attention to exactly what is happening in the scene. I pay attention to the character that I'm like, if I pay attention to the words that they're saying. So I'm not even worried about what my lines are, because it comes naturally once I hear what they're, what they're giving me. So my facial expressions are all like natural, because I'm reacting to what they're saying to me, because I pay attention to what they're saying versus trying to say, oh, what's my next line? What's my next line? I just pay attention to, so my facial expressions come because I'm actually paying attention to what's happening in that moment. So it's always like real natural. And I have a lot of facial expressions anyway when people are talking. So sometimes I have too many facial expressions, but yeah, no,
man. Like I said, I truly apologize for that, because I worded the question wrong. I didn't, like I said, you guys got to go back and just watch the movie. And when I say that she plays a very important role, she plays a very important role. Now, Porta Rich, now what about yourself when it comes to acting? Like, when do you feel as though that you're comfortable in your role, especially playing Sons of Sin, playing the uncle part? Like, when did you feel as though that, okay, I'm comfortable with this? And when did that chemistry happen for you on the set?
It was cool, man. Me and nephew, pretty much, once we started vibing, like, what I mean, everything was good. He was a good vibe, what I mean, and still sharp as steel, man. You know what they say. So I always try to come with my A game. What I mean, they was letting me fairly play with the with the script a little bit, just as long as I'm keeping it on context. And I told Slick that I think Slick did an amazing job. When he was directing, this like his really like first time in new territory doing some stuff, and Slick was like very punctual on set, like, nah, like say that like this, like, and like, no, if it was a word off, he'd be like, no, Rich, put that word back, like I wanted that like that, so that was good. You know what I'm saying? I told him that was good, because again, still sharp and still, man. Everybody was pretty much on a serious note, and the role for me was, once I chopped it up with Slick, read the script, it was pretty cool, man. You know what I'm saying? I had nephew like it was real life nephew. You know what I mean? I was just looking at a scene earlier. I was trying to chop it up. It was crazy because Tubi wouldn't let me like chop it up with my like screen recorder. But I was just pulling up the scene where like I first came home and I went over and got something to eat. She fixed me something to eat, and I was chopping it up with nephew, and he let me know about the lick, and just a good vibe, man. Good vibe. Real vibes, and real Camden City stuff, man. Camden City lingo.
No, that's what's up. Now, Slick.
Yes, sir.
I want to talk about the city of Camden, man, and what that means to you, and how important was it to make this movie in the city of Camden, and also how did like what challenges did you have to go through in order to get this movie made, like permits and all that? Like, was that easy to get through the city of Camden?
Well, but T Black handled all that stuff right there.
Okay.
So like he kind of get like can tell you that a little bit more. Like you said, this is my first time, so I didn't really deal with that part. Like you know what I mean, like I said, I mainly dealt with the directing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? T Black was the director, but I kind of knew how the words needed to be said and in what type of way. Like, you know what I mean? I let them play with not let them, but they played with the words a little bit, but I still kept it true to the script. You know what I mean? The city of Camden, man, I love Camden. I ain't even gonna lie, man. I love this city, man. It's so much talent here. And we've been through a lot. This city been through a lot, and it's a lot of growth, and a lot of us, and a lot of the guys that we're dealing with, and we want to share our experiences, man. Like, cause you don't want to stay in the same stage that you was 20 years ago, 30 years ago. You know what I mean? So as we evolve into better people, we want to share that with people and just try to stop these younger brothers from doing the same mistakes. So that's how, we giving back to the city of Camden. Like, you know what I mean? We giving back. Like we just want to create, and we want everybody to eat with us, make money on this, perfect their craft, submit their music, you know what I mean? And just build together in a positive way, man. And kind of just change the legacy. You know what I mean? Just change this legacy from just known as the worst this, the worst that. Let's be known as, a city that put out dope films. This is just the beginning, Phil.
No, I can only imagine, man. Like what
Right.
I've seen so far, I love it. How long did it take you to shoot The Sons of Sin?
Shit, we shot it like, man, to be honest, we shot it like in 15 days.
Okay.
We shot it in 15 days, but when I say them days was 6 a.m. to sometimes 1 a.m. in the morning, long days. You know what I mean? So what really take long is the editing process, adding the music to it. That's where Meech, Jay Chin, Matt, shout out to Mad Labs, Barry. That's where they do their magic. That's where it's like we film it, and then Meech and Jay Chin, it's like they got to put a puzzle together. Like, you know what I mean? They had to go back to the lab and we need this here. We got to go back to shoot this scene here. I think this song fits here. Shout out to Apollo Ali. He did the scoring. Him and Meech, they created actual songs, original songs for the movie from scratch. Like, them guys are super talented. Like, you know what I mean? But I think, man, we, despite our past and where we come from, we in a good place right now. Like I said, we in a good place, and we getting the support from everybody, man. It's been all love. Like, it's been all love, man. Like, it's been all love and all positive shit, and I can't complain, man. Like, we bringing a different vibe. When you do good shit and you put it into the universe, that's what you're gonna get back.
No, that's what's up. And I totally agree with that. And that was going to be my next question, man, because how important was the music? Because I remember seeing online that Porta Rich and Apollo Ali, they were taking submissions to
Right.
the music, and and just seeing.
Oh, that's right. My bad. Rich was a part of that too. My bad.
Yeah, no, it's all love.
Yeah, I mean, so Rich, real quick, how was that whole process? Because you're actually an artist yourself. So was that an easier process to go through the submissions and say, yo, this is good? Not saying that it's not good, but like this fits better with this,
Right.
and with certain scenes. So like, how was that whole process scoring the music with those guys?
For me, I only sat in a couple sessions. I only sat in like the first 2 sessions of kind of like going through records where we was just, at that point, we was just really like picking out solid records that we felt was solid out too, that every artist sent in, because they sent in like 2 records per artist. So we was just really like trying to narrow down the music by like picking like the dopest record out of the 2 for every artist. But after that, Meech, you like Slick said, Apollo and Meech, they went further down into the process, and they was the ones that really kind of like attached those records that eventually we pointed out. I did have a little input in like pointing out certain records that was like good records, but Apollo and them really is the ones that like applied the records to like whatever scenes they felt, and like Slick said, they created stuff from scratch as well. You know, they went, you know, for certain scenes that like if we may have didn't have a certain soundtrack for that film, they went and created it, you know, which I
Bro,
think is like crazy.
and when you see these dudes, man, we got our own Kanye West's, R. Kelly's. And this city got so much talent, man. It's a shame,
R.
man. This
Kelly's
city
R.
jerk.
Yo,
Kelly's
hey, yo.
crazy, bro.
Huh?
R. Kelly's
Yeah,
is crazy.
yo.
Pause.
Big Chris
No,
Brown
but
is somebody.
listen, man.
I
I
know,
ain't say Diddy.
I know what you mean, bro. I know what you mean. I'm just messing.
I ain't say Diddy.
Hey, yeah.
They
Right.
all in the same tier.
Yeah, you got to be careful what you say nowadays. You know what I mean?
You know what? Real quick, I saw Mia's reaction, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything. And then
Listen, I wasn't going to say nothing. I was going to keep my mouth shut. I'm still keeping my mouth shut.
I know what you mean, Slick. I know what you mean.
Right.
But Mia, I want to ask you a question. Since the Sons of Sin been out, and you've been in other movies too, like the acting bug. I want to know how does that feel with the actors like yourself? I'm like, does this make you want to go out? It's almost like, okay, I got one tattoo, but I need to get like 2 or 3 more tattoos.
Right.
So like that acting bug for you, Mia, like, are you in high demand right now because of that? Because I know that you've been in other stuff too, but I just seen Sons of Sin, and I'm like, yo, she's gonna be in other stuff. I already know that she's gonna be in other movies. So like, do you have other people coming up to you and say, yo, do you want to be down with this movie? In other words, has your price gone up yet?
My price should have been went up. That's first of all. But no, I have quite a few people that reached out to me for some movies, but I'm trying to be a little more selective with the roles that I'm choosing. I'm trying not to get like typecast. So I'm trying to change some things up a little bit. But I did take on a movie though. It's called 3 Angry Bitches.
Okay.
I'm playing a role of Monica. She's one of the leads in the movie. Her name is Monica. She came to the premiere for Sons of Sin.
Okay.
And then at the after party, she pulled me to the side, like, "Oh my gosh, I love you." And I have a
Oh, you owe me. You owe me.
No, you owe me. You owe me. All right.
Listen, you're a partner in part 2.
I'm a partner in part 2.
You the
Don't
head
get it
angry.
fucked up. So I brought you in on the business side. That's it.
You the head angry. You the head angry bitch in this new joint.
I am. But yeah, but and she's real cool. We've been doing a lot of our
funny.
Our Zoom meetings, like our reads and stuff via Zoom. But I'm also like, I have another movie. I did a short film. It's called Bad Romance.
Okay.
This was a couple years ago, but by the way, since I brought that up, I was nominated 5 times for Best Actress for that, even in Canada. So like that. But I won twice for that. But
congratulations!
Thank you. But we're actually going to make that into a feature film. I do have a movie with Tom Freeman, but that one got pushed back a little bit. Okay. So I'm not going to speak about that one right now until I get the okay for that one. But yeah, so and I have a new manager. Okay. So it's and I'm working.
Shit.
I have a new manager in New York, but I'm finding a new agent, because the agent that I did have, she was wonderful. Listen, that's why I got all those commercials that I got, and they were lovely paychecks, by the way. But she worked more so on the East Coast, and she didn't allow me to have a manager. So I want to be able to have a manager and an agent. So I kind of went my own way with that. But working on trying to find a new agent that that can focus a lot on me right now. So
That's what's
yeah,
up.
but I have and as far as you saying the price going up, I have people have to negotiate a little bit higher because
That's what's up.
I need to be able to go on vacation and not, you know what I mean? Like
Right,
I'm
absolutely.
going on vacation right now because so like Slick said, I'm a partner in part 2, and
Okay.
wait for that one to come out because the part 2 was great. I mean, part 1 was great, but part 2.
Now this
So-
question is for Mia and Rich. How important is it for you to have that connection? And when I mean connection, like just being cool off the set. And does that make it easier to go on the set when the cameras are rolling to do your part even better?
I feel like yeah, like I feel like if like if we got a good relationship, like me and Mia, for instance, if we worked before, like whatever, on set and we know each other and we cool off set and on set, they're like, yeah, that's always going. We know that's going to be like like better to work with because we worked together before in the past. But
Me and Rich have great chemistry. Did you see? If you saw every session, we did great in that, right? Go ahead, Rich.
yeah, no, it's a good joint. But I just feel like if if other people like, if because sometimes you don't even film with certain people. Like with this joint,
Right.
me and Mia didn't film together.
You didn't
what I'm
film
saying?
together, right?
So it all depends. Some people you might vibe with, you might not vibe with them, offset at all. You might not really like talk to them too much offset. But long as when we on set, everybody is on game, and everybody is like, again, my favorite saying, and I say it again, is still sharp and still, and I say that for real. Like if you standing on, if you got everybody kind of like standing on their toes, or majority of the group, really like on their P's and Q's, like no, taking this shit seriously, then everybody around kind of like going to have to like kind of like fall in place. They gonna have to kind of like fall in line, and I feel like it's gonna be hard for like it not to work. You know what I'm saying? At that
Right.
point, when you got majority of the nucleus, like
It's contagious.
That's
For
what's up.
me, I don't have I don't always have like on set everything's good, all love, but I don't always have like relationships
Relationships are off the set.
off the set.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Not too much. Very select few.
Right.
Mhm.
No, absolutely. Now, Slick, it's on Tubi and it's on Amazon Prime. Now, there are different scenes that had to be not edited, but it's different on Amazon Prime and it's different on Tubi. So explain that to the audience real quick.
All right, well, basically it was too hot for Tubi. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they had to cut out some sex scenes because Tubi rejected them to say it was too hot. Like, you know what I mean? So Amazon Prime put them up. So if you want to see the original version, like them sex scenes, like they look real, you know what I'm saying? Or you know what I mean, good acting and shit like that. Go to Amazon Prime. It's only $2.99. $9.99 to buy and shit like that. But Tubi cut them down a little bit, but it still look good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? It still look good. And like I was telling you earlier, right? I wrote this movie, me and T Black wrote it, but I wrote while I was in prison. So, you know what I mean? So, as I was writing, I kept adding more and more sex scenes. Of course, I was away for 24 years. Like, you know what I mean? So my imagination was running wild.
Turned into a porn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh man.
it's like when dudes used to be like, yo, we going to the yard. What you about to do? Slick, nah, I'm about to finish writing this shit. Like, I usually I had a word processor, something like a typewriter. And I just sit there and write. But, I was gone so long. So it was like, bro, you can't put this many. And actually, we cut a lot of that shit out. We didn't even film all the shit that was in there. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
it would have been rated XX.
Listen, and we got to be real. Like this, they awesome actors, but sex and controversy sells, man. Like, play at the end of the day, that's what sells.
No, you're absolutely right. So, when can we expect? Because we still want to promote Sons of Sin, but when can we expect part 2? Because how it went off, I was like, it has to be a second part to this. So,
Right.
is it in the making right now? Like what's going on with that?
We actually filmed it already.
We finished.
Really?
Yeah, we filmed it already. We might got to go back and do a couple makeup scenes or just add stuff. Like I said, once Mitch get all the raw material, he takes it back and it's like a puzzle, man. He puts this shit together like a puzzle, and then he'll let me know, Slick, I think we need something here, or Slick, I think we need something there, or this, that, and the third. So we might got a few days that we might got to go back and shoot a scene here and there, but it's finished for the most part, and now it's in the editing. We got to send it out to get the sound. We got to send it out to get the color. And we send that out like to India and Los Angeles, so we get that professional look to it.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
No, that's
So,
what's up.
God
Go ahead,
willing,
sorry.
God willing, by December, I'm gonna have it in the we're gonna premiere it in the movie theaters again. So like that, you know what I mean? We'll have a premiere, and then thereafter it'll come out on Tubi. Like kind of the same process as this,
Right.
but I'm gonna do this premiere. We gonna make this one like really, really big, because the last one we sold out 2 theaters, and then we did another premiere. So we had 3 premieres that we sold out, really. But I'm gonna make this like really
you
nice.
know what? You did have a premiere on the White Horse Pike. You
Right.
sure did. You sure did have a premiere. Yeah. But
I invited you to it.
I know, you know what? And I think I had to work that day, but
And I called you today, like, yo, we have it, and you coming?
God damn,
If you don't remember.
I don't remember. I know I had to work. Yeah, it was just so crazy. I know I had to work. So I apologize. Okay. I truly apologize for that. But how important is it promoting movies? Because now it's a new age in promotion. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Like you can go on social media. So like, how important was it, the process of promoting Sons of Sin?
Well, I'm in the process of like actually still doing that now. Like, I mean, so you gotta put it on social media, but you gotta put it in the right places on social media.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because me, Rich, and Mia, we could promote it in Jersey. We got Jersey. Like, you know what I mean? So everybody fuck with us. Everybody follow us. So we got Jersey. What we doing is we getting it outside of Jersey. Mm-hmm. We getting it in Detroit. We getting it in New York. So what I did was like I reached out to like the girl Mina Monroe. She dope on Tubi. She promoted it. We got like Krista the Doll promoting it. We got the guy Jamal Woolard Gravy. He promoted it in New York. We got Tasha Smith. She promoted it on her page. Like, that was big. She got like, how many? She got like 6 million followers.
Right.
Shit like that. So and I'm still creating and finding other ways to put it out there. So now my job is going to be to keep finding different avenues to put it out there. Like, you know what I mean? And that's my main focus right now. All right. The first month I put it out there, it was on the most popular list on Tubi. It was on the most popular drama for like a month straight. It might still be on the most popular drama, but we was able to get it out there. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm sending this shit everywhere, bro. Like, I'm saying this shit in Miami, this shit in Puerto Rico. Like, everybody's seeing this movie. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna keep doing my research, and I'm putting in money here. It started to add up though, Phil. This shit started to add up.
Yeah.
And that's it. But we go.
No,
I think film festivals. Film festivals are really important as well.
Exactly.
But there's for the smaller film festivals, they're not as strict as the bigger ones. But the bigger ones is where you want to get to. But the problem with the big film, it's not a problem, but the bigger film festivals like Sundance or American Black Film Festival, they won't accept your film if it already came out on.
That's what, and that was the problem. And that was the problem. I submitted it to to a few festivals, but we missed the deadlines.
So like for me, when I think about the films, I always think about, and I know I buzz Slick all the time. I sent him like 45 film festivals, right? But when for me, like I feel like when it comes down to scheduling the dates of when you want to get the film done, that it is best to schedule before those deadlines of the film festival, so that it, like, let's say that they're in August and September, that we don't cross the August September, so therefore then we're putting it out, and now we have to wait for the whole next, and you can't do it. So if you get the film done before those deadlines, you can submit it to them festivals versus like missing those deadlines and you're still like, I think it also be planned out so that it makes sense that, hey, we're going to get it done on this day because we can submit to this big film festival, and we're not going to miss it, because those deadlines, like for me, in my opinion, are like always important, because then you're going to miss the whole like you're going to miss the dates if you don't like strategically try to plan it out that way.
Right. I get it,
that makes sense.
And that's something. That's definitely something to keep in mind going forward.
Hey, Slick,
you put some out in the film festivals already?
I put the Sons of Sin in the film festivals. Some didn't get accepted because of the content, and some I just missed the deadlines.
Okay. So hey, we did part 2. Like, this is your first film. We're gonna get that right for the next film. That's it.
So going forward, what you're saying, we're gonna take heed to it, and we're gonna put it into activation.
Hey, Slick. Hey, Slick. Keep her close to you.
Got it. She is. She on the team.
Just give out all your social media handles and everything, Mia, so people can go out and support Sons of Sin and other projects that you've been in.
All right. So my Instagram is I am Mia Barnes. My Facebook is Mia Barnes. I don't really use that too much. I usually just use my Instagram, and I'm on TikTok under, again, Mia Alisha, Alisha. So those are the 2 platforms I promote like my movies on, Instagram and TikTok. I'm doing it on Facebook too, so you can always go on Facebook to follow me, Mia Barnes. But yeah, and I have a few projects coming up. I think I'm going to have a busy summer and fall, so just keep a lookout for me.
No, that's what's up. What about you, Slick? How can people get in contact with you and give it all your social media handles?
On Instagram is at NSP Slick. On Facebook is Pedro Campos. That's Pedro Campos is a play on a Puerto Rican revolutionary, one of our heroes that fought for the independence of the island. So I use his name as in honor of him. And that's it. I got Facebook. I want to give a shout out real quick to OPP podcast. I've been building with my main man Sadell Pennington, and we kind of building a podcast up. We got a lot of dope interviews that's coming up that we've done in the past. Opposing perspective podcast, and it's another where I promote at a lot of shit. I mean, Sadell came on board. He done a lot of behind the scenes. He done a lot of promotion. He's a real dope young brother that's hungry, and he on the come up, and you know what I'm saying. We all building together. Like I said, this is just we trying to create a movement to put South Jersey on the map. Working with Philly, Detroit doing their thing, and you know what I'm saying. We gonna try to do what they doing. And just build our own. Like I want Mia Barnes to be like on every goddamn movie. When you turn it on, she gonna be on every movie. Like, you know what I'm saying, Mia? Like, why not?
Right.
Why not?
You just as good as them, and I mean, or even better than most of them. Porta Rich.
Thank you, Slick.
Nah, that's real shit. Like, why not have our own multi super. I mean, like fuck that. We gonna build this shit.
Hey, Slick, I want to ask you, how important is it to be on Tubi right now? Because at first, like a lot of artists, a lot of filmmakers didn't have a place to put their movies, and now lo and behold, you have Tubi out there. So, how important is Tubi to the independent filmmakers?
Well, first of all, like I said, the Detroit actors and Mina Monroe and all them and all them guys that's doing it out there, they kind of broke Tubi in. Like I'm
Yeah.
saying with independent film, urban films, putting stories out from the hoods and the ghettos and shit like that. And it's real important. You know what I mean? Because Tubi is where you make your money at. Like I'm saying,
Yeah.
Tubi, they pay decent. And it got a wide range of, I think Fox done took it over. So now the audience is even bigger. So to get on Tubi, is you want your shit on Tubi. Like, I mean, you want your stuff on Tubi. I'd rather have it on Tubi than Amazon Prime. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's reaching our people. Like, you know what I mean? Blacks, Puerto Ricans, like, people of color. Like,
Right.
so we got a dope distributor, and she doing her thing. I mean, she getting us on all platforms. She trying to get us on another platform called Folsom TV. So
Okay.
we about to be on 3 platforms.
Word. Congratulations on that.
Run those numbers up, y'all. Run those numbers
Yeah,
up.
run the numbers. You gotta run the numbers up.
Let it play, even if you at home bored, you ain't just listen to the words in the background. I'm doing it right now. Like,
That's
you know
what's
what I
up.
mean?
Hey, Rich, you know what? Because I known you for the music. So like tell people what you got going on now, man, because you're doing some big things, and shout out to DJ Caesar out there. That's my man right there.
Yeah, DJ Caesar, man. Shout out to Caesar. That's my brother. Man, we just I'm trying to get back in the studio for real, Phil. I'm trying to get back in the studio right now. That's my goal, to get back in the studio. And I got a bunch of music I've been cooking, and I need to get in there and execute as far as music go. And films and shit. I be really taking my time, bro. I'm a single parent. You know what I mean? So I'm always with my little man and running around with him, and he about to come into like his important years, his high school years and shit. So I'm just trying to like balance it all out, man. Balance it all out. I love doing it. I definitely fuck with like the film shit as well. Music, they still asking for it. We still getting love on the music tip. So yeah, just trying to balance it all out, man. But I'm gonna get back in the lab soon. That's the plan. God willing, get back in the lab soon and hit him in the head. But I got some stuff in the tuck. The new records I just sent you. The joint, a great risk. That's good. That's the joint we gave run with. We gave drop, produced by Track Kiter. And then I got the joint. We got the joint called Cinesteam. With my man Lil Etho, produced by Etho, with my man Upstate Tech with DJ Caesar. You know, they 2 new joints we just released, and they fire joints. So, you know, we're gonna run them up right now.
Hey, look, for all the people that are listening, you can hear Porter Rich on Sirius XM Radio, Sabi Radio on WPRB 103.3 FM, Splash 98.5 FM. Like Rich is everywhere. I'm telling you. And like this man is super talented. I've known Rich for so many years, and he's been the same ever since. And not even just that, he's given me great music. Before I close out, I want to give you some. I'm gonna give you guys some reactions to the movie Sons of Sin. Shout out to DJ Soulbuck out there. He texted me. He said he had just seen it like a couple of days ago, and he said, "Man, this reminds me of Camden back in the '90s." And he just gave the fire emoji, so I know that he liked it. Then I was at my job, and we were just talking about movies, and I mentioned Sons of Sin, and the next day, the one guy came back and said, "Yo, man, I was around that part of Camden around that time, and he is spot on, dead accurate." And he was like, "I love the movie. I can't wait for part 2." So, Slick, you got something good on your hands. You know, you have Mia, you have Porta Rich. Shout out to my man Shaquille out there. Shout out to Apollo Ali. You know, they did a great job in the movie, man. And you know, I just want to congratulate you guys because like you said, this is going to be the start of something really big. And you know, you got some great people around you, Slick.
Hey, real quick, I gotta give a shout out to Big Train, because if not, he gonna burn me. Train,
Big Train.
Hey, listen, Train, Swag Radio. Thanks for all your support and everything that you brought to the table. Like, salute, and I don't want to hear shit.
That's what's up, man. And look, I can see that all you guys get along and you guys are on the same page, and that's only going to lead to other bigger things down the line. And I want to thank you guys for coming on. Anything that I can do to promote it on my end, please, by all means, just let me know.
We about to have a video for the sound for the main soundtrack.
Okay.
Produced by Jay Chin. We got Apollo. We got Porta Rich, Shaquille, Hameen, and a bunch of whole other artists. Like, you know, the song that you hear when it first come on.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it's gonna be a dope ass video. We're gonna, you know, we're gonna put it out there. And I'm gonna send you the song. I'm gonna send you the song later so you can hear it.
Hey, look, man, real quick, shout out to Hameen out there, because I was watching. I was like,
Money Man Mills.
I said, is that Hameen? I said, the hell's he doing acting?
That's the walking Powerball.
Bro, he did a real good job on that.
The Millionaire.
He did a real good job. So shout him out too, man. Hey, look, I want to thank you guys for coming on. Real quick, I always give this question to artists, but I'm gonna give it to you guys. I'm gonna start with you, Mia. When I say Sons of Sin, just give me one word on describe Sons of Sin.
Deep, real.
I like that. I'll take two. I'll take two from you because you're the power woman. So I'll take two for that. Rich, when I say Sons of Sin, what do you think of?
Original.
I like that. I like that, and he had to think about that. So I really like. I really like that. Now,
I thought his screen was frozen for a minute.
No.
Yeah, he needs to take his time. That's right.
I'm just messing. I'm just joking.
So, Slick, this is your baby. This is your creation. Sons of Sin. One word. How you describe Sons of Sin?
It's a compound word. Mind blowing.
I'll take that. I'll take it.
That
Hey, look,
is.
I like that. I really like that, and I can't wait for part 2 to come out. Hey, look, anything that you guys want me to do on my end, just let me know. Anybody got any shout outs before we get out of here?
Shout out to everybody that was in the movie. Check out Dreams Reality is on Tubi. Thomas Freeman Meets movie. You know what I'm saying?
Deadly Council.
Daily Council.
Check out,
you know what
check out The Recession. Mia Barnes hating on me. She hating on my career.
I
gotta check that out, yo. I'm about to go watch that right now.
The Recession. I'm telling you, Mia Barnes hating on my career.
That was my man. I was just standing by him. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Mia, do you have any shout outs?
Shout out to everybody, cast and crew of Sons of Sin. And, you know, let's keep going. And shout out to, you know, all the other actors, actresses, filmmakers, you know, that's, you know, trying to make something of themselves. Let's go.
In the future, it's going to be Sons of Sin Rage. That's going to be like a sequel.
That's the part 3.
Shout out to the kids, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the kids out there, man. Shout out to all the
amen
kids.
to that.
Shout out to all our kids, you know,
Right.
that see us doing, you know, just different type stuff and amazing type stuff besides our jobs and working our jobs and shit like that, you know, and hopefully, you know, they pick up on it, you know, and they learn to be great and be fearless and chase their dreams, man.
And shout out to my 2 kids, Micaiah and Jordan. Hey, girls.
Yeah, you better shout them out. Hey, look, I want to thank you guys for coming on because of the fact that not only are you actors and coming up in this industry, but you're also giving opportunities and giving hope to other people that might not think, oh, I don't think I can do this, but they see ordinary, down to earth people like you guys that are doing it, and they're like, you know what, and you're inspiring a whole bunch of other up and coming actors and actresses out there, and filmmakers and creators and art and music artists, like, you know, what you guys are doing, because I see you guys like all the time in the neighborhoods just being normal people. Like I said, I seen Slick at Cracker Barrel, and I'm just like, you know, you know, and like he would, and
at the premiere,
and at the premiere, which was absolutely crazy.
God.
You know, like I said, you know, Porta Rich, I always see him in Camden. Now, Mia, you know, I'm starting to see you on social media, and like you're just so you're down to earth, and you know, you're giving actresses, hey, look, you know, not saying you could do what I'm doing, but if you, I'm showing you what to do, and I'm being your inspiration, and you're inspiring like a lot of young girls out there that didn't think that they could do this acting thing, that now they can do it. So like you guys are really, really inspiring and motivating a lot of people. And not even just that, Slick, you are bringing Camden, the city of Camden, to life, which I love, because of the fact is, of course, you know, it's always like so negative, but you're bringing something positive out of it. Right. And, you know, I really want to thank you guys, not just for Sons of Sin, but just being who you are.
Right.
You know, thank you for having us.
Thank you, brother.
No, thank you. Hey, look, that's going to do it for me, man. Another edition of Side B TV. I hope everybody liked it. And do we have a trailer that we can play at the end so people can go out and check that out? Yeah, so we're going to play the trailer right now, Sons of Sin. And that's going to do it for me. I hope everybody loved the interview. I loved it. And I will talk to you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Peace.
Thank you.
All right.
The street lifestyle might seem attractive, but most time it leads to chaos and destruction. This is a Camden story, North to be exact.
I've been talking to Big Shot. He gonna furnish whatever we buy. They got the best coke out right now. You ready for that mission?
Hell yeah. Just wish I knew more about it, though. They going in there strapped for war, man. This shit's serious.
We gonna do more than just trap, you know?
Man, give me everything, man.
What the fuck? What the fuck happened? Got him!
Niggas respect the big guns. It's an intimidation factor, you feel me?
The main rule with this shit right here is you rather get caught with these motherfuckers than get caught without them.
Some wild cowboy shit, man.
So y'all motherfuckers causing havoc out in the streets, huh?
Look, man, Taino sent us. You know, to see if you want to get down with this thing of ours.
Why Taino didn't come, man? We 20 years in. Should make it happen, man. Fuck them Camden niggas, you know? You know, it's always a green light.
Hey, listen, man, we got something online for you, man. You up for it?
Who it is?
All your friends is dead. What, you trying to be the next one?
I done came a long way from being broke. Just to know these streets ain't never give us hope. Thank God I was born with the hustling and stay solid through the shit that broke the mother niggas.